I just got back from the theater and I just saw Anyone But You starring Sydney Sweeney and Glen Powell. Let's go ahead and review it. I'll read you guys the synopsis for the movie just so you kind of know what it's all about. So it says here, despite an amazing first date, Bea and Ben's initial attraction quickly turns sour. However, when they unexpectedly find themselves at a destination wedding in Australia, they pretend to be the perfect couple to keep up appearances. So the premise is actually pretty interesting for this movie. You know, you got a couple people, they went on a date, they really like each other, it goes bad, then they gotta meet up again at a wedding. I think it was like a year or two after that first date. So it's a little awkward, you know, it ended badly, so they're not really too fond of each other, and they're making fun of each other, and they really don't want to be near each other. But then in order to not ruin this wedding, they try to just act normal, try to act like they like each other in order for the wedding to go as planned. Now, obviously, being a guy, the main reason I went to go see this movie was for Sydney Sweeney. And this movie did not disappoint. I really liked her character a lot. And Glen Powell was actually really good as well. I actually really like Glen as an actor. He's getting a lot more bigger roles now. Like, he was in Top Gun Maverick, now he's in this. And then there's rumors that he might be joining the MCU as maybe Cyclops. He might be joining the DCU as well. So I'm sure you're going to be seeing a lot more of him in the near future. But these two, their chemistry is easily the best part of the whole movie. Every scene that they're together, you really believe that romance. And they are just having a very fun time on set. You can clearly see that they're having a great time, and it really shows in the movie, and you really believe their romance. Now, obviously, I don't know what's happening behind the scenes. Maybe they do like each other, maybe they don't. I know she was rumored to be engaged, and maybe that's broken off. I don't really know, and I know he had a girlfriend, and now he doesn't, because I'm assuming that girlfriend got a little jealous or upset or something. But like I said, their chemistry is the best part of Anyone But You. And honestly, besides that, I don't really find a lot of this movie that enjoyable. Like, yeah, there's a couple funny scenes here and there, there's a really iconic song, some iconic scenes, but it's just, it doesn't feel that special of a movie, and like the supporting characters weren't all that great either, and the story was kind of bland. The pacing was a little bit slow here and there, and it just wasn't like an amazing movie, and by no means was it terrible either. In my opinion, it is a bang average rom-com. It's just that these two actors really elevate the movie beyond what it's supposed to be. I honestly think if you take Sydney Sweeney out of this movie and Glen Powell and put a couple other people in there, it's not going to be as good. And I didn't really find the movie all that funny. Like, a rom-com is obviously supposed to be funny. That's why com is in the name. And I didn't really laugh all that much. I think there was maybe like 2 or 3 times that I actually chuckled, but that was really it. And there was a bunch of other jokes in this movie. I just didn't really find them all that funny, and the whole theater didn't either. I did enjoy it though. Like, this is definitely an enjoyable time at the theater. I think it's like just over an hour and 40 minutes, so it's not that long. And if you're just looking for a fun movie to watch on a cheap Tuesday or something, definitely go check this out. That's exactly what I did. It's not going to blow you away or anything, but it's a decent time at the theater, you know? You just sit down, you watch it, it's like it's a bang average movie, it's kind of funny here and there, there's some good romance scenes, and you just eat some popcorn, and it's a good time. And like I said before, the best part of the movie is the chemistry between the two leads, because if the chemistry wasn't there, I think this movie would be below average for sure. And if Sydney Sweeney wasn't in it, then it would probably lose an entire point off of my review. Now, with that being said, I am going to give Anyone But You a 5.5 out of 10. It's slightly above average, mainly because of the two leads. I can see a lot of people really liking this movie. I've seen like a lot of TikToks and just a bunch of social media posts talking about the end of this movie because there's a really iconic song like I was talking about, and everyone's leaving the theater like singing and dancing and all that due to the song. And, I can see this movie being kind of iconic as a rom-com. But it still doesn't hide the fact that it's not a great movie. Like I said, it's just slightly above average. That's why it's a 5.5 out of 10. But I can totally see a lot of people, especially girls, really liking this movie. Because it has a lot of elements that I think a lot of people will like. But for someone like myself that sees tons of movies, like, I'm just judging it based off of what I saw. And, I thought it was just slightly above average. And if you're a guy and your girlfriend says, hey, you want to go watch that rom-com movie with me? Say yes. You're welcome in advance, brother. So guys, that is my review for Anyone But You. Let me know